dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. It is 6:32 on January 11th. I'm Will Puckett. Cassidy has today off, so you get Brandon and I. But that's okay because there's going to be snow this weekend. So everybody should smile and be a little bit happy that we finally get winter that we've been waiting so long for. But Brandon, that snow comment comes with a little caveat. It's going to keep up to the 64 corridor. It's going to be snow, then rain, then maybe snow. But no matter what, it's all triggered a severe weather alert day for us.
That's right. And, you know, a lot of people don't share your optimism for us.
They should. You know, Brandon, they should embrace it.
Yeah, not so much. I'm one of those people that's the team no snow. But anyway, let's get into it, tell you what's coming this morning. Not too much today, but tomorrow, going into tomorrow morning, that's when we're watching for that. Let's take a look at the camera network outside the region this morning, or across the region this morning. US 119 up on top of Whitesburg Pine Mountain, all quiet as you head through the first part of your day. Buffalo Mountain here in Perry County, also quiet. And we go over finally our last stop at UVA-Wise, and a beautiful start to the morning there. It's frigid, though, very cold this morning. We're looking at satellite radar, just a few clouds held in, just a little bit of warmth. And when I say that, that's a relative term. We look out to our west, we see conditions there a little bit soggy out toward parts of Missouri and Arkansas, coming toward the bluegrass there this morning. Rain, snow, wintry mix all in the play there as we head through the first part of your day out that way. All right, this morning, 18 to 19, 16 down toward Monticello, 23 in Prestonsburg, 21 in Logan, everybody else there in the teens this morning across the region. 34 Springfield, Memphis, even Myrtle Beach is at 29 this morning. So it's a cold start to the day across the eastern third of the country. This afternoon we only get to right around 40, so a nice day for the most part today, but those rain and snow chances return as we head toward the weekend. I'll have the rest of the forecast coming up here in a few minutes. Will?
All righty, Brandon, thank you. We'll be back with you. It is day 21 of the government shutdown, and President Trump is taking his fight for a border wall to the next level. The president made a visit to the border himself yesterday afternoon. Camila Bernal is there at the U.S.-Mexico border with the latest.
Hopefully the Democrats are going to come to their senses. They're going to realize that they don't want people killed.
President Trump seeming to be tired of mincing words with Democratic leaders just days after he walked out of a meeting with them, took his push for a wall to ground zero, the border itself.
They need a barrier, they need a wall. If you don't have it, it's going to be nothing but hard work and grueling problems. And by the way, and death, a lot of death.
The president heard stories from Border Patrol agents and families who have suffered tragedies that support his proposed wall.
Where we have no fencing, over 90% of our traffic occurs in those areas.
Back in Washington, the government shutdown reaches day 20, nearing the longest in U.S. history.
We want to work. We want to work.
As some 800,000 federal employees struggle to pay their bills and put food on the table.
There is no crisis on that border. It's a manufactured crisis by a madman.
Savings is gone. We don't want an apology. We just want our jobs back, and we want them to make it right.
Now, troops may not be coming home from Syria just yet, but some equipment is. A President Trump administration official says the military has started withdrawing ground equipment. This move signals the beginning of the drawdown ordered by President Trump. Removing equipment from Syria is thought to be a way the Department of Defense can show progress on that order without withdrawing troops. So far, there is no timeline of when troops might start coming home. Well, President Trump's former attorney Michael Cohen will testify publicly before Congress next month. Cohen is set to begin a 3-year prison sentence in March. But before that happens, the new Democratic chairman of the House Oversight Committee, Elijah Cummings, wants Cohen to testify. Cummings wants to know about Cohen's work for the president, both during and after the election. Cohen was found guilty of a host of crimes, including one stemming from payments to 2 women who claimed they had affairs with the president. Well, in other news this morning from the White House, there could be another summit between President Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. That is according to South Korea's president. Kim discussed a possible meeting when he visited China this week. Kim is also expected to visit the South Korean capital by the end of this year. The partial government shutdown is entering its 21st day, as we said earlier, and is on pace to be the longest government shutdown in history. It is now tied with the shutdown in the 1990s during the Clinton administration. Now, Kentucky Representative Andy Barr is co-sponsoring a bill that would require the government to pay its employees during a shutdown. The Republican says he stands by the president's push for increased border security, including the wall.
Drugs and criminals continue to come across our southern border. So for the sake of public safety, we do need a border security. So the path forward is clear. We need to fund border security.
Representative Barr represents Kentucky's 6th congressional district. He added to his message that he has seen studies that show that walls and barriers are effective. Well, a 13-year-old Wisconsin girl who went missing nearly 3 months ago after her parents were found murdered in their home has been found alive. The Barron County Sheriff's Department says law enforcement officers in Douglas County, Wisconsin, have located Jamie Kloss alive. Authorities also say a suspect is now in custody in connection to her disappearance. Further details have not been released, and authorities say the Kloss case remains an active investigation. A second suspect appeared in court in the shooting death of a 7-year-old Texas girl. Larry Woodruff went before a judge for his preliminary hearing yesterday morning. The 24-year-old is charged with capital murder. According to prosecutors, Woodruff shot and killed Jasmine Barnes while the child, her mother, and sisters were in the car. Woodruff's attorney says her client was not involved in the shooting, and the only person implicating himself is the other defendant. Eric Black is also facing a capital murder charge for allegedly driving the vehicle involved in the shooting. Well, elsewhere around the U.S., a Milwaukee County Transit System bus driver will be honored, and was honored yesterday afternoon for a special act of kindness. Recently, driver Irina Ivik was on her route when she saw a baby wearing only a diaper and a onesie walking along a freeway overpass. It was 8 a.m. and the temperature was below freezing. She stopped her bus, ran across the street, and carried the baby back to her warm bus.
Oh my God. Oh my God. No. I'm shaken.
Oh, I am too.
First responders quickly arrived. Police say the baby's mother had left the toddler outside. The baby was reunited with the father. MCTS says this is the 9th lost or missing child drivers have found in recent years. Well, we are learning more details about 3 Central Kentucky school employees charged with criminal abuse involving a special needs student. A criminal summons for Lincoln County teacher Rebecca Spurlock said teacher's aide Janie Hasty punched a student who has autism and is nonverbal. Officials say Hasty and another aide, Teresa Sparkman, then twisted the student's arm, pulled him off the floor, and shoved him. The documents say Spurlock did nothing to intervene. Coal mining deaths are at a record low here in Kentucky. 29-year-old Hubert Grubbs Jr. died in March in a Cumberland area mine. His was the only mining death in the state last year. A total of 12 people died in U.S. coal mines in 2018. Well, it's 6:40 this morning. We still have a little bit more to go. You may not be concerned about ticks on your pets because of the cold weather, but officials say you should be.
And we're going to see the possibility for rain, snow, and wintry mix as we head through the weekend. I'll have the full forecast in just a couple of minutes.